Okay, lesson 1.5, salary. Your objective today is to determine salary per pay period. Salary is a fixed amount of money that you earn on a regular basis. Our formula that we're using today is salary per pay period equals your annual salary divided by the number of pay periods per year. Okay? Some things that you have to know that if you don't know, you need to memorize these. There are 52 weeks in a year. There are 12 months in a year. And there are 26 bi-weekly pay periods in a year and 24 semi-monthly pay periods in a year. People a lot of times have trouble between bi-weekly and semi-monthly when a question is posed such as, how many weeks are in a month? Most people will say 4 weeks in a month. 4 times 7 is 28, and there's only 1 month that only has 28 days, and that's only part-time. Okay? Most months have more than 28 days, therefore you cannot say there are only 4 weeks in a year. Bi-weekly is being paid every 2 weeks. Okay, like if you get paid on Mondays, you get paid every other Monday. Semi-monthly is being paid on like the 1st and 16th of every month. Okay, make sure you understand the difference in those. Semi-monthly is twice a month. Bi-weekly is every 2 weeks. All right, go ahead and press pause, get this written down, and when you're ready to move on, resume play. All right, let's go ahead and let's move on. Let's look at example 1. It says, Tom Costello is a website designer. His annual salary is $67,400. What is Tom's monthly salary, and what is his weekly salary? Okay, first thing I want to do is I want to find his monthly salary. So, in order to find monthly, I'm going to take $67,400 and divide it by 12. Plug that in your calculator. 67,400 divided by 12 is 5,616.67. All right? Now, in order to find weekly, a lot of people want to try and take this monthly number and divide it by 4. And like I just stated a minute ago, you cannot do that. The best way to find the weekly salary is to take the annual salary of $67,400 and divide it by 52. All right? 67,400 divided by 52 gives me a weekly salary of $1,296.15. All right? Pretty simple. Make sure you're dividing appropriately. Okay, let's go ahead and let's look at the first problems on your homework. Okay, try problems 1 and 2. Press pause while you're doing so and play to make sure you got them right. All right, let's take a look at this. Number 1, it says Sam Gerber earns $42,900 per year. Find his bi-weekly salary. Okay, for bi-weekly, you get paid every 2 weeks. There are 26 bi-weekly pay periods in a year. 42,900 divided by 26 is $1,650. All right. Number 2, Brenda Ortiz earns $18,200 per year. Find her semi-monthly salary. Okay, semi-monthly gets paid twice a month. There are 24 semi-monthly pay periods. 18,200 divided by 24 is $758.33. Okay? Let us take a look at the next example then. Here we go. Your current job as a wedding planner pays a monthly gross salary of $2,560. You're offered a new position as an event planner at a children's museum that pays $12.60 per hour. with time and a half per hour for all hours over 40 per week. How many hours of overtime per week would you need to work to earn the same amount as your current job? Okay, this problem right now, we are looking at two different things. We're looking at apples and oranges. We need to look at apples and apples. Okay, we have a monthly gross salary, and we also have how much per hour per week. Okay, we need to bring it down. So what we need to do is we need to take our monthly salary that we know. We need to take it to yearly, and then we need to take the yearly to weekly. Okay? So, right now my monthly gross salary is $2,560. In order to get that to the yearly, I've got to multiply times 12. Okay? So, 2,560 times 12 gives me a yearly salary of $30,720. In order now to find the weekly, I have to divide that by 52. Divide it by 52, and I come up with a weekly salary of $590.77. Now, I can compare apples to apples. All right? I know what I make weekly with my current job as a wedding planner. Now I need to figure out how many hours of overtime per week I need to work. Okay? So I need to identify a variable. I'm going to let H equal my overtime hours. All right? Set up my formula. I need to make at least $590.77. I have to recall previous formulas from other lessons. Straight time plus overtime pay equals total pay. That's the formula that I'm going to be using here. All right, so figure out what my straight time is. In order to find straight time, I work 40 hours and I get paid $12.60 an hour. All right, plus, now I need to find my overtime. I know my rate of pay, it's $12.60. I know that I get time and a half. So multiply that times 1.5, and then also times H is the number of hours I have to work. Okay? This is going to be total pay. Total pay equals straight time plus overtime. It's set up. Work it out now. 590.77 equals 40 times 1260 is 504 for straight time, plus my overtime is 1890 H. Okay, where H is represented by the number of hours that I have to work. Subtract 504 from both sides. 590.77 minus 504 is 86.77 equals, that cancels, 1890H. Divide both sides by 1890. Okay, 1890 is going to cancel. 86.77 divided by 1890 equals 4.59 hours. Now, here's the deal. We want to know how much we have to work in order to make at least that $590.77. Well, like we've learned the past couple days, you have to round it to the nearest quarter of the hour. Okay? Well, the nearest quarter of the hour here is 4.5 hours. Okay? But if we only work 4.5 hours, we're going to make less money. We need to make at least the amount of money that we're making now. So in order to do that, we have to round up to 4.75 hours, and that is the answer. Okay? Okay, let's go ahead. Let's look at the next problem. Okay, press pause. Try this one on your own. I'll give you a little bit of time, and play when you're ready to see it worked. Okay, let's take a look at this one. It says Mark Adler earned $1,650 per month as an assistant technician at a recording studio. His new job pays $9.80 per hour with time and a half for all hours over 36 per week. How many hours of overtime per week will he need to work to earn the same amount per week as his current job? Okay, again, we have to convert monthly to weekly. So, monthly to yearly to weekly. All right? Right now, he works, or he gets paid $16.50 a month. We're going to times that by 12 to get yearly. So yearly he makes $19,800. Divide that by 52 to find our weekly. And he makes $380.77 a week. All right? Now, we need to identify our variable. So let's let H equal our overtime hours. Okay? All right. So total pay is $380.77 equals our straight time, which straight time in this job is 36 hours for full time, times $9.80 per hour, plus our overtime, which we're looking for, and it's $9.80 per hour. Does he get paid time and a half or double time? It says time and a half, so times 1.5 times H. All right, we've got it set up. Let's work it. 380.77 equals 36 times 980 is 352.80 plus 14.7H or 1470H. Subtract 352.80 from both sides. Okay, that's going to cancel there. 380.77 minus 352.80 is 27.97 equals 14.7H. Divide both sides by 14.7. Cancels. And you get 1.9 equals H. So that's 1.9 hours. Again, we cannot leave it at that. You always, on this type of problem, have to round up to the next quarter of an hour. Next quarter of an hour is 2 hours overtime. Okay? Okay guys, here is your assignment. Lesson 1.5, page 109, 1 through 10, and 14. Get busy. Deuces.